Ah, okay, all right.
So if it works.
Yeah, mega. Well, thank you for that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Hello, Nine Wets TV. Happiest of Fridays. It's the end of the week, and we're at a really, well, the best place to have a Friday, I would say, a flat six Friday. I want to start this video by apologising. So I actually tried to do this toy shop tour earlier here at Paragon, and it failed, unfortunately. I had internet connection problems, so apologies if you tuned into that. I did really appreciate the feedback in the messages where people are saying that the connection keeps cutting out. So yeah, thank you for that. So in the end, I decided to bin it. We'll give it another go, show you around some of these lovely toys that are here at Paragon, and I'll kind of do what I did earlier, just point out some toys over there. And I'm not going to venture that way because I'm not sure the internet connection is particularly stable, but I do think it's worth your time. Ignore my bag, that's not usually in this lovely Paragon showroom. Do think it's worth showing you a slate grey 964 turbo 3.6, a ruby stone 964 Carrera RS, Jay at Paragon, and George as well. Carrera GT in, oh, thank you. They're the best here. It's the best. It is the best. Thanks, Jay. Carrera GT in GT Silver Metallic. Porsche 911 Junior. I don't know what colour that is. Ian, sure, I love this showroom. Me too, Ian. It is just the best. 718 GTS 4 litre in Carmine. So yeah, look, stunning. That's sold, I believe. Yeah, sold. These aren't for sale. But we'll stick to kind of, yeah, this end of the showroom because I think this has possibly got the most stable connection. And actually, let's start over here, because I'm just going to try and repeat what I did earlier on, really, and look at this Macan. So, I think this car is a Swiss Army knife, really, of sports utility vehicles. That's what I said earlier on. Originally bought new by the proprietor here at Paragon, Mark Sumter. It's a really good mix between like sporting intention and comfort, practicality, and yeah, just the most exquisite spec. I'm going to throw another acronym in there as well for you to learn, looking at these discs. Let me get this right, PSCBs, Porsche surface coated brakes, which basically sit in between the iconic big reds and the ceramics, which are usually seen, although not latterly, with yellow calipers. As you can see, extremely shiny and offer enhanced efficiency. It's Carmine red. It's a petrol Macan, which is infinitely cooler than the electric equivalents. With the spec on this, Jay told me off camera earlier that like new this was like, I think 96, 95, 96. It's got a lot of spec on it. It's obviously in Carmine, which is like quintessential GTS hue. And I think it looks all the better for it. We'll have a quick look inside. So it's got the GTS pack, lovely contrast stitch on there as well. And again, to just like hammer home the point, it's like sport GT steering wheel, sport chrono, but then has also got the pano roof with the blind. It's got bows, it's got heated screen, it's got acoustically insulated glass, 360 camera. So it's a big, 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 big spec. And again, I think a really nice matchup of sporting intent with comfort and practicality. Max Newman loves the Macan. I'm sure he'd be a big fan of this one. And that's currently for sale at Paragon. This is sold, 991.1 C2 GTS. As you well know by now on this channel, last naturally aspirated 911. Great soundtrack, great all-rounder. Great all-rounder, that. Next to, so we've seen Carmine red so far, this channel. Today, we're now on to Guards, which I think is possibly the most iconic Porsche colour. Certainly boasts the greatest longevity, I would say, and looks good on any 911 of any generation, which I think both this 992.1 and that 964 Targa in the background illustrates rather handsomely. The guys at Paragon have sold this before. Arguably, it's better value now than ever before. It's a shade under 20k on the clock. It's a C2S, and being the 992.1, it's got the analog tachometer in the middle. And I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but it's actually, I think that might be a dark blue. Could be lies, but either way, really nicely judged. And again, 80k, pretty exquisite car. Next to 964 Targa. So this was where earlier on the video cut out, where I was saying mid-flow on the fact a 964 Targa. It's a rare car. It was available in both C2 and all-wheel drive C form as here. Doesn't it look great on the original design 90 wheels? Absolutely beautiful. A lot of people swap them out over time for, like, yeah, the cup style wheels, which paired quite nicely with the teardrop mirrors. But yeah, to see a 964 on the design 90 wheels, I just think looks so good. God's red, as I mentioned, and 77k on the clock. And what I was saying earlier on was the smell in here, even with the roof off, you can get it, just that like rich quality leather that you just don't get on modern Porsches, I'm afraid. The seats are wearing the 77,000 miles really nicely. Manual G50 gearbox, or G64 technically, because it's a four-wheel drive, this one. And it is for sale at 85s. And again, like all the cars here, backed by 12-month bumper-to-bumper warranty. So years free motoring there. And then how about this for a contrast? So, you know, a Boulevard Cruiser and a classic into a modern motorsport car. Spencer Scott, lovely 964. Completely agree, Spencer. Completely agree. So yeah, look, you know, these are both 911s, but they're very, very different. Very different. And as I've said before on this channel, shows that there's more than one way to skin a cat when it comes to your 911. So yeah, a pure motorsport car in motorsport body in white as well. So I mean, I'm looking at this price now, and, you know, we've seen them gradually kind of come down as 992.1 GT3s have matured, and then the introduction of 992.2 now. I think, in my humble opinion, 991.2 is the best looking GT3. I've never been sold with a 992 with like the snorkel, if that's the right word, at the front of the car. It looks very jarring. That to me is perfection. And yes, the 992 is amazing for turning. The front axle is just outrageous. But this thing's no slouch. And the spec on it is absolutely unapologetically motorsport. Ceramics, so supreme stopping power. PDK inside with the 918 seats. And the cage as well. It's just pure Porsche made in flat. Motorsport par excellence. Paragon have sold this car previously. I have the great pleasure of knowing the amazing chap who previously owned this, and you know, not that it'll make any difference to you as potential buyers out there, but he is also the kind of person you would buy a car from. Diligent and empathetic mechanically chap who knows what these cars are all about. So yeah, look, Paragon are delighted to have it back in. It's been in a little while, I think it's fair to say. So the stars are waiting to align for someone. Again, 4 litre stonker of an engine, isn't it? Stonker of an engine. And I think looks really, really good value currently at where it's at 125, again with a 12-month warranty. And again, I'm loath to venture down there because I just can't guarantee that the internet connection's going to hold. But yeah, we're talking about motorsport. We've got motorsport royalty there. And lovely 1970 Targa, which I've actually driven before on the channel. It drives as good as it looks. It's wonderful. It is sold, unfortunately. Next to 997, that is a GTS. Maybe you can tell on the front bumper. C2 with PDK. So there we go, that's it. I've got a really cool video dropping on Sunday that's quite different, I would say. Basically getting my hands dirty with Little Irish. I hope you'll learn a thing or two. I hope you'll laugh a little bit as well. I'm definitely kind of putting my head on the chopping block, I think, because I'm not very good with the spanners, as you'll see. So I hope you'll enjoy that when it drops on Sunday. We recently celebrated on 9works Radio, which, if you don't know, is our Porsche podcast. We recently celebrated 500,000 downloads, which we are so proud of because we're not a massive media conglomerate or organisation with lots and lots of budget and amazing equipment. We're just like a group of enthusiasts that love talking about these cars. And by a sheer stroke of luck, there's 500,000 people or 500,000 downloads out there that kind of are happy to listen to us, which we are so grateful of. So yeah, on behalf of Andy, Max as well, as a former presenter who I mentioned earlier on with the Macan, like, just a big thanks really. Go and have a listen to that episode, because to celebrate 500,000 downloads, we went onto the 9works marketplace where these cars are for sale, and we had 500k each. Fancy garage, what would we pick? Some really interesting, quirky, eclectic choices that I think show how different we all are as people, but luckily all catered for under that Porsche umbrella. So go and take a look at that. Go and take a look at the 9works marketplace, of course, where these cars and many others are waiting for new homes, all backed by comprehensive warranties that, again, make these cars and the people that sell them stand out above most of the other derriere out on the marketplace, dare I say, with the best respect to others. So that's it. Happy Friday. It's a nice way to bookend after being down at Cameron Sports Cars on Monday for another toy shop tour. Have a great weekend, whether you're driving or not, and we'll see you again soon on 9works TV.